Whenever winter closes the road to Ladakh, the silence is more than weather. It is isolation, delay, and a difficult pause in everyday life. The Zojila Tunnel is changing the reality by taking movement underground and giving the mountain pass above a quieter future. This is the Zojila Tunnel on NH1 being built under one of the most challenging high-altitude routes in the Himalayas. Stretching 13.153 km, it is the world's longest single-tube bi-directional road tunnel at such a high altitude. Its purpose is simple to say, but transformative in impact. All-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Ladakh. But the real story goes beyond the tunnel itself. The deeper question is, what happens to Zojila Pass above once the traffic moves inside the mountain? A living mountain pass. Zojila Pass itself sits at around 3,500 to 3,600 meters above sea level. It is also a living landscape where seasonal movement and high altitude life have shaped the rhythm of the region for generations. Every summer, the meadows around the pass come alive. Herders move with sheep, goats and horses. Villagers and traders use the route as part of their seasonal routines. Here, the pass is not just a road. It is a part of a mountain ecosystem where people, livestock and nature have always had to share space. But the space has been under pressure. Trucks, tourist vehicles and long convoys all squeeze through the same narrow corridor. Heavy traffic, sharp weather changes and fragile slopes make the surface road demanding for everyone who uses it. The road moves underground. The Zojila Tunnel moves the burden underground. Vehicles travel below the mountain while the surface pass above is relieved of much of the traffic pressure. That means less congestion, fewer long delays and a safer route for people who still move across the slopes in slower, more traditional ways. For local communities, the change is practical and immediate. Supplies can move more reliably, travel for health, education and work becomes less vulnerable to weather disruptions. Access becomes steadier. The tunnel is not just a shortcut. It's a way of keeping a difficult region connected throughout the year. For the mountains itself, it creates breathing room. A route that once had to carry everything now shares the load with an underground passage, giving the land breathing room. The Zojila Tunnel also changes the story for the land above. The broader Zojila region is home to species such as the Himalayan brown bear, snow leopard, blue sheep and Himalayan wolf. A crowded surface road can become a barrier filled with noise, headlights, dust and constant movement. When traffic moves underground, the surface becomes less hostile and more open to natural movement. That does not mean the mountain becomes untouched, but it does mean the pressure on the pass is reduced. In a fragile Himalayan environment, that matters. Less disturbance on the surface can mean a better chance for wildlife, meadows and traditional land use to continue with the less conflict. A different kind of infrastructure. The Zojila Tunnel is not only about crossing a mountain, it is about building in a way that respects the mountain above. Instead of forcing all movement through one exposed route, the project separates the infrastructure layer from the living landscape layer. Traffic goes underground, the pass above remains a space for movement, ecology and seasonal life. That is what makes this project stand out. It is ambitious, strategic and technical, but it also carries a larger idea. Progress does not always have to mean overwhelming the surface. Sometimes the better answer is to move the pressure away from the land and let the land breathe. The mountain above. The Zojila Tunnel is an engineering project, but it is also a story about balance. It is about connection without isolation, movement without constant disruption, and infrastructure without erasing the place it passes through. When the tunnel opens fully, it will do more than connect two regions. It will help turn a difficult pass into a more stable corridor while giving the mountain above a quieter future. That is what makes Zojila remarkable. It is not only a tunnel through a mountain, it is a way of letting the mountain above breathe again.